Hello and welcome again to Cloudforest Vibes. This is just going to be a real quick video. This is actually a special video just for my friend Paula. We always talk about root growth and some of these miniature orchids and the tough to grow ones, and she always is very enthusiastic and very infatuated with them, and she just bought her first one. She just bought actually this orchid, a Lapanthes telepogoniflora. And she's thrilled, I'm vicariously thrilled, and I just can't wait for her to get it. It's coming soon, so Paula, I hope you show it off. I cannot wait to see it. I can't wait for you to be able to compare yours to this. And this is the whole point of the video. So orchids, they're all, I should say this, all epiphytic orchids grow in a very similar manner. It doesn't matter if it's a Cattleya, a Masdevallia, a Lapanthes, a Pleurothallus, a Bulbophyllum, a Restrepia. It doesn't matter. They all grow attached to some sort of a host plant or tree, something of that nature. They might be clung to the bare branch or the bare tree itself. They might be nestled in moss or whatever. Lichen, there's many different types of orchids that like to grow many different types of ways epiphytically, but the one thing that is true for them is their roots all like a whole bunch of air. I mean, as much air as you can get the roots and keep them as moist as they want to be at an individual plant level, it's going to be the most beneficial it can be to the plant itself. So this is my orchidarium. These are all, for the most part, cloud forest dwellers. They're the orchids that a lot of people are fearful of or scared to grow. And the absolute secret to these plants is humidity. That's it, in my opinion. There's other factors, I suppose, you could argue, feed levels, light levels, so on and so forth, but those are so easily manipulated and so easily tweakable that it's almost not worth talking about to a degree. They like low levels of feed, they don't need a whole lot of light. That's it. You grow them like a Dracula, grow them like a Masdevallia, they will do just fine. There are some exceptions, of course, but those are rarities, and we'll get to those in another video. We'll do some spotlight videos on some oddballs. I do have quite a few. But getting back to the humidity thing, a lot of these plants, most people strive to keep moist at all times. You see a lot of people grow them in pure sphagnum moss in pots and whatnot, other mixes that stay wet. And I don't do that. I grow all of the epiphytes epiphytically as much as I possibly can. That goes for this tank, that goes for the large grow tent. And I truly feel that the humidity levels and watering schedule of your care, for these orchids is the most important thing. And a testament to that, Paula, and this goes to all of you as well, but specifically Paula, is if you can get aerial roots, or if you can get roots that cling directly to bare bark on any of these cloud forest dwellers or any of these high moisture loving plants, that is a great sign that your humidity levels are just stellar. They're on point. So we're going to go through here and show you guys, let me get in this thing, some roots. This is Lapanthes telepogoniflora. The roots are going crazy. They grow out of the moss, around the moss. I have the same thing going on with just about every Lapanthes I own. Their roots grow out, they grow around, they do not stay in the moss. And the only reason that they're able to do this is the humidity levels. I've been talking about this. Lapanthes is another type of orchid that has ruby colored root tips a lot of times, or pink or purple, sometimes rust colored. But look at that. I mean, they are just all over the bark. They don't care. The only reason that they're able to do that again is this humidity. I even have Restrepias, believe it or not. This is a Restrepia, contorta, and it grows its roots directly onto the bark. Some grow down into the moss, but again, the humidity levels are right, and they don't care. They grow epiphytically just like a lot of other plants. Here's another Restrepia. This is Muscifera, and if you look through all the growth, you'll see bare roots. And that might blow a lot of people's minds because, I mean, Restrepios are one of those plants that if you let them dry out, if you let them dry out, they're goners. And these get fairly dry, never crispy dry, but fairly dry. I let them get, spongy, I guess. If you're familiar with growing with moss or live moss on mounts, when it's wet, it's wet. When it's moist, it's moist. And then it gets to a point where it's just about dry, but it's a little bit spongy, but not crispy. And all of these plants, every single one of these plants, that is when they get watered. So not too unlike a lot of other plants. But again, humidity is the #1 factor that you guys want to look for, all of you. And I hope you guys can strive for it. If you guys ever see any of your cloud forest dwelling orchids doing any of this, then you guys are doing the right thing. I cannot stress that enough. And that is the quick lesson today, and little share for you personally, Paula. Again, let's go ahead and end on this for her because hers is coming soon, and I just cannot wait to see it. So, Paula, here you go. This is what you have to look forward to. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate you all, and I hope you're staying safe. And as always, happy growing.